Yeah. Okay, I think we can start, and then people will join us. Okay, so today we are starting the book of Numbers, and someone, Emmanuel, said that there is another name for this book, Numerous, but to tell you the truth, I've never heard of it, and you too, and Gershom didn't also. Lynn, do you know this word, this name of Numerous? I didn't. I know all the books. I have some books about it, and it's all the book of Numbers. So
Right.
we can continue to call it Numbers. And it is, it's very, I mean, it's quite a weird, strange name for a book, Misparim. But the minute that we start reading it, maybe it makes sense, because this is actually the first, maybe the first real time that the children of Israel are being counted, numbers being counted. It's not exactly the first, because there were some other counting in the beginning of Exodus, but this is really very detailed, and later on in Numbers, in chapter 20, of course, this is the beginning of the journey in the wilderness, and later on in the right towards the end of this book, there is another mishpad, okay, another counting or numbering. So how would you say mishpad in English? I know that there is. At that at the mute.
A little louder, Laura.
No, in a
Mishpat?
no. Mishpad is to count the people. Okay.
The census. A census.
Yes. So this is what I found, this word. But Shalom, Adina. How are you?
Okay, sorry I'm late. I just now got home.
Oh, so we are very happy that you joined us. So I found it, but it's not here in the text. It is translated by I think the word number. This is what. Also to the Judy, and I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Wait. John. Okay, so John and Judy are joining us for the first time. So I want to tell you that what we like very much to do in this class is to compare. Sometimes it's to compare translations of because we read in English, but I always have the text in the original text in Hebrew. And it's very interesting to see the different translations, and sometimes it's different. It takes us to actually to a different thought or a different commentary of the text, because it is translated. So it's very interesting. So you are most welcome to say if you have anything special in your book that is different from what I'm showing you, so you are most welcome to talk about it. Shalom, Orit. Okay, so what I was saying is, towards the end of the book, in chapter 26, there is another census, but the two censuses are like for different, we can say, for different goals. Here they begin their journey. They want to know how many of them, and in 26 is a little bit before they enter the land, the promised land. Okay? So they will have to divide or divide the land to all the tribes. Anyway, we will get there. Okay, so Lynn, would you like to read 1, 2, and 3?
Sorry, 1 till?
Until 3.
Until 6, certainly.
No, until 3. Shalosh.
Shalosh, okay. Numbers chapter 1. And the Lord spoke unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, in the tent of meeting, on the first day of the 2nd month, in the 2nd year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, Take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, every male by their polls. From 20 years old and upward, all that are able to go forth to war in Israel, ye shall number them by their hosts, even thou and Aaron.
Thank you. And first of all, Lynn, I gave to you this section because I don't know if you remember, but last time, which was about 1 month ago, you asked a question about what is the thing of 20 years. There was something in with this age of once you are 20 years, it will be you will have to do this and that. And what I was saying there, that I think that it is something about the army going to the war, actually.
Yes.
And here we see exactly this. This is 20 years, and this is all through all the Bible, as much as I can remember. The age of 20 is, of course, we are talking about men only, not women. Okay?
Yes.
The age of 20 is from this age, men, if there is a war, men should join the effort of the war.
It seems to me quite an age, because normally it seems in history anyway that children were considered adults already at a younger age. So this is what strikes me as surprising.
You mean about, for example, adults for marriage, adults for bar mitzvah?
All sorts of things.
Yeah.
I mean, in historical times, children of 15, 16 were already going to war.
Yes, you're right. So I think it's...
So 20 from the Tanakh seems to me to be quite...
old.
Not old, but mature.
Mature, of course, not old, but
I'm sort of wondering whether the number is meant literally, because each time it also says who are able to bear arms.
Okay, so you can notice that we don't have a maximum age. We don't say, okay, 20 until, I don't know, 45, like today, 45 is the pensia from the army, but I think that to me it makes a lot of sense to take it as it is, the age of 20, and well, maybe according to what referring to what Lynn said, maybe it is a place that the Bible is very logic. I mean, not to start in the age of 15, 16 to go to the army, and only 20. Okay, let's go back to the first verse, okay? So we have the word, the place, in the Lord spoke unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, okay, in the tent of meeting. And we have the time, when was it happening? On the first day of the 2nd month in the 2nd year after they came out from Egypt, right? So in just from reading the text.
Can we discuss the second month again? When is the second month? From when?
Okay. So we will discuss it. So, but before that, only when we read this verse, how many months they are out from Egypt until now? Only from this
2 years, 2 years.
So you say 2 years, and notice that it is the first, in the first of the first day of the second month in the second year. So
it's 13 months.
13 months, exactly. Okay, so it's 12 months from the first year, and then the first month of the second year. Okay, so 13 months. Now, I want to remind you also what Lynn just asked. The first month of the year is Nisan, is in the spring, it's April, more or less. Okay, the month of Nisan. And first of all, let's go back to, let's start with the place. So Lynn, please continue here. There are a few comments that I added, and you have.
Okay, in the Bible?
Yeah.
In the Bible, the wilderness of Sinai, the Paran Desert, according to scholars, it is in the south of the Sinai Peninsula.
Okay, so we all know the peninsula of Sinai, and
that's when we had Sinai, huh?
Approximately this, but no one really knows what is Mount Sinai. They think that it is Jabal Musa. This is a Christian belief, and this is what the well-known thought. But no one really knows, because there were not any archaeological findings all over the place. So this is the assumption, and the wilderness of Sinai is not all the what we know as what we call today Sinai, but only the south part. Okay, and we have also you can continue here.
Yeah, and he dwelt in the wilderness of Paran, and his mother took him a wife out of the land of Egypt.
It's from Genesis 21. Who are we talking about? Remember?
Ishmael.
Right, Ishmael and Hagar. Okay, Hagar was Hagar and Ishmael when they were expelled from. They were expelled by Abraham and Sarah, and so this is the connection between.
We don't hear you very well.
No, you don't hear.
No, we have.
Okay.
I have some problems there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's starting to decrease some. I'm not sure what the other noise is.
Okay, it started the like a echo.
Yes, like an echo. It's heady.
I
Ora?
Not sure.
Ora, do you have any earphones or anything where you can turn the speaker off and use an earphone?
I have, but it will take me now a while to arrange it because.
Okay.
But
Next time, but it may be some feedback from the speakers, possibly.
Can you, how is it now?
A lot of buzzing.
Lots of?
Buzzing.
Like bzzz.
There's this. You know, I
I don't get that.
I don't hear it. You hear it? Because I changed my my camera. I bought a new one, and
I don't know if it's just me, but when you speak a little louder, it seems to be less of a problem.
I guess if I speak louder, it's better. Like now, I speak louder now. Is it
A
better?
moment ago, you were either closer or louder or something.
Okay, this is better. Okay, I will. Yossi, זה יותר טוב?
יותר טוב. דברי אולי למיקרופון או משהו כזה.
המיקרופון.
רחוק.
נכון, יותר קרוב.
יותר טוב?
כן,
טוב,
יותר
בסדר.
קרוב, יותר
אז,
טוב.
אוקיי. ככה. טוב. אני אוותר על כל ה... Okay, let's try like this. So I share. Okay, so you can all see the what I'm sharing.
So the print is a little small.
Yes, the print is small.
It's small, yes.
Yes. Better?
The same.
Still small.
And before that, it was because
It's not changed, or it's
and before that, it was also not very small because
There was a lot on the page. It seems like you could, before there wasn't nearly as much on the page.
So this is, you say small, right?
Well, now you're not sharing.
Oh, I'm not sharing this. Okay, just a minute.
Okay, this is
This is better.
well, now it's too close. And now all we see, all we see,
Moment.
and now you're not sharing.
Just a moment, I will close a few things open here and I will close them.
Okay, now you're very close. Always, okay, that we can
This is
see.
okay?
It's good.
Yes, one says yes.
but it's
It's a little
it's
cut
too-
off on the
it's too
right
big.
side.
Yeah, this I can see, but first of all, I want to, I know, but first of all, can you see the
The
letter?
size is good.
Yeah, the size is good. That's good.
Now, that's good.
That's
Okay.
perfect.
Okay. So,
Yeah, that's as it was before.
exactly, so, you're
That's good.
anyway, so we were talking about Hagar and Ishmael, and so this is approximately the place. Okay, now it was saying in the first verse on the first day of the second month in the second
Yeah.
year. Okay, now let's remind ourselves what was going on around this time. Okay. Judy, would you like to read? It's from Exodus chapter 40, a few verses.
Sure.
1, 2, and 17.
Okay. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, on the first day of the first month shalt thou rear up the tabernacle of the tent of meeting.
And then there is a long paragraph about what he has to do, with put the table here and the lamp there and all the instructions of how to build it. And then in 17.
And it came to pass in the first month, in the second year, on the first day of the month, that the tabernacle was reared up.
So what can we assume that happened during the first month of the second year? Because here it is written that in the first day of the first month, yes, the tabernacle was actually established, was finished, was prepared. Okay, now we are talking about the first day of the second month. So we have the first month of the second year. What was going on in this month? What can we assume that?
They were putting up the tabernacle or building the Mishkan, the tabernacle, I guess. Yeah.
So in the end of, we're talking here, what you just read, Judy, chapter 40 is the last chapter of this book, the book of Exodus. So we have about 5 portions, about, maybe many more, but a long section of Exodus is about how to build the tabernacle. Okay? We just read it in the now.
צר לי להיות נודניק, אבל
גם לא שומעים? עדיין לא שומעים?
לא טוב.
You still not...
Yeah.
It's really...
אני חושב שאת צריכה לוותר על המיקרופון הנוסף ורק המיקרופון שיש לך במחשב.
And maybe if everyone else will mute, that might help.
I'm not using the microphone of the computer. I'm using the camera and microphone. I think next time I will use the big screen. If I'm here, you don't hear me? If it's like this?
Not as good as it was before.
It's not clear. I can hear that you're talking, but I can't always make out the words.
We will try another. If it doesn't work, I will. No?
Almost not at all.
Almost not at all. Okay.
עכשיו לא שומעים בכלל.
לא, קודם, עכשיו.
גם לא.
לא? How is it now?
Now better.
Now is better?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I want to. So
Nice seat.
Exactly. I have to select a certain microphone. So if I forget, okay, microphone, because there are a few microphones here, and I change the. טוב, יוסי תזכור, C922. זהו. Okay. Again, share screen. Thank you very much for your patience. So it's very interesting, this point, because the tabernacle is ready, is there, it's finished, okay? Everything is ready. And now, and this is the end of the book of Exodus. And now we are in the beginning of the book of Numbers. And it is the second month. So 1 month. What do we have between Exodus and Numbers? What book?
Leviticus.
Leviticus, exactly. So what the scholars thinks about it, that during these months, these first months of the second year, all what is written in Leviticus was told them, was given to them, okay? The whole chapter, the whole book, the whole 27 chapters of Leviticus with all the tedious laws and all that were given to them. Because now they can apply them because they have tabernacle. So, okay, so it's, this is the, and so this is in Exodus 40. Okay, so let's continue back to our chapter of today. You read, Judy, you read only a short. So can you read, for example, from 4 to 10?
Sure. And with you there shall be a man of every tribe, every one head of his father's house. And these are the names of the men that shall stand with you. Of Reuben, Elitzur, the son of Shedeor. Of Simeon, Shalumiel, the son of Zurishaddai. Of Judah, Nachshon, the son of Aminadav. Of Issachar, Netanel, the son of Zuar. Of Zebulun, Eliav, the son of Helon. Of the children of Joseph, of Ephraim, Elishama, the son of Amihud. Of Menashe, Gamaliel, the son of Pedazur.
Thank you. Kind of, it's not easy with all these names. Adina, would you like to continue 11 until 16? Yeah.
Okay, I didn't want to unmute. Okay. From Benjamin, Abidan, son of Gideoni. From Dan, Achiezer, son of Amishadai. From Asher, Pagiel, son of Othran. From Gad, Eliasaph, son of Jeuel. From Naphtali, Ahira, son of Enan. Those are the elected of the assembly, the chieftains of their ancestral tribes. They are the heads of the contingents of Israel.
Thank you. So, by the way, did you notice the differences between the translations? Because Adina read from her book, I think, right? And yes, it is a little bit different from what I have here. For example, the word of and the word from, because in Hebrew it's le, just you can translate it either way. And also here there were a few slight changes. But by the way, Adina, in your text, do you have the word thousands of Israel in the last? I mean, in the end of verse 16.
In the end, no, it says contingents.
Contingents. Okay, so in Hebrew,
the heads of the contingents of Israel.
Yes. So in Hebrew, it
doesn't mean really, thousands at all.
Yeah. So in Hebrew, it's really elef, a thousand. Rashi alfei Israel. It's really the number elef. Okay, number 1,000. And another that I thought also. How is the translation in your book of the word Edah, congregation?
Assembly?
Assembly, exactly.
Those are the elected of the assembly, the chieftains of their ancestral tribes. Well, this is, at the time that this was published, which is a long time ago already, we're trying to be very modern.
No, it's very interesting to see because in Hebrew, you know what, we will talk about it in a minute. So, okay, so what do we have here? We have the list of all the tribes, almost. Which tribe is missing? Look at Levi. Exactly, Levi. Okay, Reuven, Shimon, we should have here Levi, and then Yehuda, Issachar, Zvulun. It is approximately the, well, I'm wrong. No, I wanted to say it is in the order of their birth, but it is not correct, because we have here Yosef, and Yosef is Ephraim and Menashe. Benjamin, Dan, Asher, Gad, and Naphtali. Where is Levi? We will see in a minute, okay?
It seems like he's doing the first Leah and then Rachel, the sons of Leah and the sons of Rachel.
Yes.
And then it comes to Bilhah and Zilpah later.
Reuben, Shimon, Yehuda, Issachar, Zvulun. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the sons of the concubines are comes later, but we will see that. Okay, this is one sort of a way to arrange the names. We will see some other names way. Okay. Let's discuss this. So by verse 16, Adina, can you continue here?
By verse 16, by the terminology, we can learn about their way of organization as society. From the Encyclopedia Olam HaTanakh, Bamidbar, volume, page. Volume, page 15.
The volume, sorry, the volume is Bamidbar. This is how.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. The community is a national political body with legislative and judicial powers. If it consists only of presidents, then it also has executive powers. The community prosecutes and punishes the violators of the covenant, whether they are individuals, Numbers 35, 12, 24 to 25, or whether they are cities or tribes in Joshua 22, 16, Judges 21, 10. The community makes kings, Kings 1, 12, 20, and even rebukes her leaders, Joshua 9, 18 to 19. The character of the biblical Hebraic community is very similar to the political systems of the ancient kingdoms in the cities of the Sumerian states in the 3rd millennium BCE. A president means
until here is the explanation about the word Edah, which is translated in different or assembly or a congregation, okay? And now about the Nasi, a president.
A president means head of a patriarchal house or a leader of an entire tribe.
Thank you, thank you. So this we can see, but this by this that it was quite organized, and again we see that they are not they are not dwelling alone. There are other nations around, and ancient nations even I mean compared to them, and they learned from all the societies around them, all the world around them. Okay, Sumer was a great, it's not exactly a state, of course, not a state of today, but they were big empires when the children of Israel were just a little nation. Okay, so let's continue to read. Ken?
In the women's commentary,
Yeah.
the commentary is a little different.
Okay.
It says, the hierarchy at work becomes apparent as only men are counted as Israelites at this juncture, and as priests and Levites secure exemptions. The census regroups Israel along military lines, yet we note that all of the potential fighting men of Israel comprise less than half of the community, not the whole.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, because it's not mentioned here, but you can't take all men to war. Okay, there is old men and children, women, and old men were not taken to war. But still, it's the we will in a minute we will get to the real numbers. Okay, thank you for this addition. Gershom, would you like to read here 17 until 19, and then another paragraph? You are muted. You can Gershom, can you? Yeah.
Sorry. So I'm reading from my translation. So Moses and Aaron took those men who were designated by name, and on the first day of the second month, they convoked the whole community who were registered by the clans of their ancestral houses, the names of those aged 20 years and over being listed head by head. As the Lord had commanded Moses, so he recorded them in the wilderness of Sinai.
Okay, so so we have all the names of the presidents, right? Yes, it's the name of the head of each tribe. Sorry. Okay, let's continue. Now, why? I mean, when did he tell you? Did he tell him this to number this all the people? Please continue in Exodus chapter 30.
And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, when thou takest the sum of the children of Israel according to their number, then shall they give every man a ransom for his soul unto the Lord, when thou numberest them, that there be no plague among them when thou numberest them. This they shall give, every one that passeth among them that are numbered, half a shekel after the shekel of the sanctuary. The shekel is 20 gerahs, half a shekel for an offering to the Lord. And every one that passeth among them that are numbered from 20 years old and upward shall give the offering to the Lord.
Thank you. So if you remember, it's the numbering by the half of a shekel, but here is he didn't repeat it, but it is there wasn't any detailed census there. It wasn't detailed like here. Here we have all the names exactly, and everybody are listed. Okay, let's move on. So we have the list of the presidents of the tribes. Okay, this is now we have something different, a little bit. Ruth, would you? I don't want to disturb you from your breakfast. Orit,
No, I completed my breakfast. Thank you.
Okay. So would you like to read 20 to? Wait a minute, to 27.
Sure. And I'll read from your text.
Okay.
And the children of Reuben, Israel's firstborn, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, by their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Reuben, were 46,500. So I guess that means 46,500.
Yes, and if it helps, I wrote it here in the Hebrew section, the number.
Oh yeah, I see. Okay, good.
Okay.
The children of Simeon, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, those that were numbered thereof, according to the number of names, by their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Simeon, were 59,300. Of the children of God, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according, I need you to go up a little,
Yeah. Sorry.
to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them of the tribe of God were 45,650. Of the children of Judah, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them of the tribe of Judah were 314,600.
Okay, thank you. So this is it's not the president, but it's the wait a minute, sorry. It's the number of, it's really the actual number of a male, from 20 years old that can join the army. Okay, this is, and for example, I mean, okay, we will get to the total number, but just keep in mind that it is not the total number. I think we have to I mean, the whole congregation is much bigger, because it is not concluded women, old people, children. So we can multiply it by at least 3, I think. Anyway, what is different, just from if you remember, we talked about the list, the list of the names and the order of them. So we have Reuven, right? He is the eldest. We have Shimon, the number 2, and here it's a very surprising. What is doing here? God, right? God is in the first section we read. He comes right almost in the end. Okay, so here he is the third one, and not Yehuda. I mean, we know that Levi is not counted here. This is already we knew. So this is connected. This question is concerned something that we will read in chapter 2 in Numbers. So I don't want to get into it now. Wait until next lesson. Okay.
But if I may ask, something else bothers me on that, being, as my sister has eloquently pointed out already, Yeka, that having looked ahead at the numbers, it's the only number that ends in 50. Every other number ends in even 100, 600, 700, 800, but this one has 50. And I'm just, Lama.
Lama. Wait a minute. Let's see. You read, what you read until 27, right?
I read until 27.
27. So you know what? John, would you like to continue? And then we will see, Gershom. Then we will see about your question. I really don't know, but let's see. John, would you like to read 28 until you have, wait a minute. So, okay, I'll give you 28 until 37.
Okay, can you scroll back up? All of my books are in boxes.
Yeah, of course, yes.
Of the children of Issachar, their generations by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Issachar, were 54,400. Of the children of Zebulun, their generations by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Zebulun, were 57,400. Of the children of Joseph, namely of the children of Ephraim, their generations by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Ephraim, were 40,500. Of the children of Manasseh, their generations by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Manasseh, were 32,200. Of the children of Benjamin, their generations by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Benjamin, were 35,400. Of the children of Dan,
You want to, yeah, please, okay.
their generations by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war.
Okay.
Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Dan, were 62,700.
By the way, three score, I didn't know this word, so it is a special word for 60?
A score is 20. Americans would know it from 7 years ago.
I see.
One famous
Okay.
speech by Abraham Lincoln. Yes.
Okay. So I didn't know it, and so I look at it's like in French, you calculate sometimes the number
80, it's similar.
for 20 or 80. Okay, so Adina, would you, Orit, you didn't read, right? את לא רוצה לקרוא? You would like to read? From 40 to 45, 44.
Of the children of Asher, their generations, wait, one word is something, their generations, their families by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. And it's repetitious. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Asher, were 41,500. Of the children of Naphtali, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, of the tribe of Naphtali, were 53,400. It's,
Yeah, sorry.
and you want the 44, those that,
Yeah.
These are those that were numbered, which Moses and Aaron numbered, and the princes of Israel, being 12 men, they were each one for his father's house.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. So, first of all, in refer to what Gershom asked, yeah, God is the only one. I was hoping that there is another 50, but okay. So
I detected that was your hope.
Yeah. I really don't know. I'm trying to. This is what I've been trying to look in Rashi or someone or another commentator. Just a minute, if I can find it out. If it says, and you can also, if you have books with commentaries, you can also see if there is a special commentary about this point. Why God has something and 50, and okay, it's in verse number 24, 25. No. Rashi doesn't say.
Mine has no commentary on it, but it's just usually when something looks irregular and kind of, it seems to mean something, but I
Yeah.
can't imagine in this case.
What I have here is
Doesn't say
the
anything.
Ma Adina. Do you have something?
Okay. No, the Hertz doesn't say anything about it at all.
Yeah. Also, that Mikra, he doesn't say. He says about why God is placed in this order, but not about his number. So even Rashi doesn't comment about it. Well,
Maybe
will,
that's just how many they have.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, clearly all the numbers are rounded, are estimates
Yeah.
or something, but
Yeah.
but why you would round that one?
Maybe, you know what? Let's keep in mind this question. Maybe we will. Maybe it is mentioned in other place, and then it is referred. It's interesting. Let's see. Okay, so now we get to the total. Who wants to read from the English speakers? Lynn, would you like to read?
Yeah, I'm sorry. We had a flash of lightning here and the internet went.
Okay, so
where are we?
Okay, what we read is the number of every
That's fine.
man.
That's
20,
fine. I looked at
okay?
it before. Yeah.
Okay,
So
45 to 47.
Fine. And all those that were numbered of the children of Israel by their fathers' houses from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war in Israel. Even all those that were numbered were 600,000 and 3,550. But the Levites, after the tribe of their fathers, were not numbered among them.
Very interesting, right? So we have the total number, we have the referring to Levites, and we will read about it in a minute. Wait a minute. We have still more time. Okay, so let's see a summary of all this. Okay, so we have. Wait a minute. This is I just put it on a graph. It is the numbers according to chapter 1, what we just read, total of this number, without Levi tribe, women, and children. It is not saying that it is without the old or the men that are not fit to the army anymore. So I'm not sure about it. Okay, so we can see that the largest tribes are Yehuda and Zvulun, and the smallest are Menashe, Binyamin, Ephraim. Binyamin, it is always known as the very small tribe, and like this. By the way, why is who are Ephraim and Menashe?
They're the youngest sons.
The sons of Joseph.
Exactly, they are the sons of
Joseph,
right? So actually, all of Benjamin and Dan and Shimon, all of these are their uncles, right? Because they are all the sons of Jacob, and apart from Ephraim and Menashe, who are his grandchildren, right? So why are they here? I mean, they got, and their father is not here, Yosef. We don't have a Shevet, a tribe who is called Yosef.
True. Yeah.
And we don't have a land that Yosef got, right? Okay, so why is Ephraim and Menashe, why are written together with like other two brothers? Okay, so in a minute we will discuss this. And here we see God, and what I told you that we will discuss it in the next chapter. Now, before we move on, by the way, in Exodus, after the census of the half of shekel and all that, the number, maybe we can read it. Who would you like, who would want to read? Ruth, Ken, 26.
A becca a head, that is half a shekel, after the shekel of the sanctuary, for everyone that passed over to them that are numbered from 20 years old and upward, for 600,000 and 3,550 men.
Thank you. So it's exactly the same number. This is why it is probably the same, exactly the same census. Okay, but here we have all the details, all the names. We get to know. Until now, all we heard about refer to names, we know Moshe, we know Aaron, we know a few other names, right? Levi, of course, we know the names of the 12 sons, but here we have many more names of the tribes. Okay, this is also very different.
Or did you calculate the numbers of all the tribes and you get the sum of?
No, it is written. It is written.
Yes,
No.
but it's written, but
I didn't know. Great idea. So if someone wants to,
maybe there is difference, and the difference is the Levi tribes.
So they didn't know how to calculate.
They didn't.
I see Adina already is calculating. So I will not.
I didn't get there yet.
Okay, we will wait.
Let's
זה
see.
ממש
Heading to my calculator. All right.
Okay, so
So we have 46,500, right?
אני רוצה לראות מה יש.
Plus, wait,
Right, תשאיר לה את
plus 59,300. Plus 4, let's see. 74,
We try to calculate without.
54,400. Yes. 75,400. Yeah. 4,500. Yes. 32,200. 35,400. Yeah. 60, what's that say? 62,700?
Yes.
What did you have 6?
Yes, חכי,
All right, what's the next one after that's done? Okay, that's 41,500.
Right.
51,500, and then
And it's 53,400.
400. Yes.
Okay, let's see. 62, wait. Unless I type something incorrectly, I have 621,550.
600 and
21,000. Let me check my numbers. Okay. Okay, so the first one is 46,500, then 59,300, 45,650, 74,600, 54,400, 75,400, 4,500.
No, 40,000. 40,000.
Yeah.
I know, that's what I said.
Yeah, this is what she meant.
4,500, 32,200,
Yeah,
35,400,
yeah,
62,700, 41,500, and 53,400.
yes.
So that comes to, where's my total again? Wait a second. I have it equals, wait, okay. 621, 620,550.
Okay. So 621, and we have here 3,000, and the rest is exactly the same. 21. לעומת 3,000. It's 18,000 more than it is written here.
Yep.
You know what? I will try to find something about, and of course you are invited.
That's a nice mystery for you.
Very nice. Yes.
Well done, Adina. Well done.
Or
Okay.
I have the Stone commentary,
Yeah.
and it says says that they both came out to 603. So on that premise, you know, they didn't have our wonderful counter, but it asks why the two censuses were identical, the one 7 years earlier and this one. It says, surely many people died and others came of age during the intervening months. Rashi responds that for the purpose of the census, all men counted were those who were 20 years old on the previous Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah.
Those who came of age during the year would not be counted until the next Rosh Hashanah. Mizrahi adds that this assumes that one of the many miracles that took place in the wilderness was that no one died between the first census and the second, since dead men were surely not counted. And Rambam disagrees, contending that people were counted on the basis of their birthdays, not by their age on Rosh Hashanah. Furthermore, he contends that there was a basic difference between eligibility for the two censuses. In the first, the Levites were surely counted, but the Torah excludes them from the census of numbers, so that Rashi's reasoning cannot explain the identical counts. Rambam contends that there were indeed many who died between the tallies, but those who came of age made up not only for them, but also for the Levites who were not included in the second census. That the two totals were identical was a coincidence.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we can understand that babies were born and people died, and the question of birthdays, but still, the thing is that the text tells us, and this is what Yossi said and Adina calculated.
Right.
The text sums up all the numbers, and we.
Wait a second. I just did it again and I got that number, 603,550. I must have typed in something incorrect with that.
You know what?
I just did it from my translation. I typed in all the numbers that they had there.
Very interesting. So maybe after
That's
the
what I got.
class, I invite everyone to check by their books, with their numbers, to check, and we'll see if we get to this specific.
Just to check myself, I did it from my book, and then I got 603,550. I got their numbers. I don't know what I did wrong the first time. But that's why we always check our work.
Ruth's reading was very interesting because it really goes to show how there's been a discussion about, you know, how you do census. That was really interesting. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Sure.
Very interesting. And Yossi, thank you for the marvelous idea. Okay, so let's go back to the.
Before we leave the comparison of census, I have a question.
Yeah.
In the first census, they're very, very careful not to count people. They're counting half shekels, just like you don't count towards a million these days. In this second census in numbers, they're counting heads. It says crania or skulls in detail, and it's translated as poles in a weird way. What's different that you're able to count people?
Yeah, an excellent question. I know that, and there is lots of drasha sermons and about not to count Jewish people. This is why the half shekels. I think it's something, well, if I remember correctly, the portion of half shekels, there is a verse there is also a verse that I didn't bring here because it wasn't connected to our discussion, that everybody brings half shekels, the poor and the rich people, not to have. So there it was very emphasized the point of not to have differences between the the situation of people and their conditions of life and all that. It was more social, maybe emphasized. And here wait a minute. Let's see the beginning, how it is exactly written.
It specifically talk about Gulgolet.
Yes, Gulgolet, Gol Zachar Miben Ze. I think it is. Of course, it's a question, and we can continue to look it up. But what I think here, they have to build their army. They have to build their strength. If a war comes, so it is very important to really have the actual number of men that are capable to go to army. Another explanation that might be here is in Shmot it was right, and this is Bamidbar. There are few, according to the scholars, there are few sources of the Torah. I mean, the few authors, and we have we discussed it a little bit in a few occasions, but we have the source of the Kohani, the priest. We have E source, we have J source. It may be something connecting to this different sources of authors. Okay, so but it's really a very interesting question. I will try to look it up also.
Or can I just comment that there are two purposes here for the census. One is to raise an army. One is for the draft, and the other is sort of for taxation. And if you think of in later times, in the Roman times, like, in the New Testament, where Joseph and Mary go to Bethlehem for the census, there it's for taxation only, as far as I know, although I certainly haven't read it in that detail. So there, because there's a different governing peoples, I don't know how they do the taxation. I would have, how they do raising the army. They would probably not be taking Israelites to raise the Roman army.
There in the Christian
Roman times, they're only
Roman times.
for taxation.
I don't know. I really, yeah. Anyway, we have 3 more minutes, and I really want you to, first of all, to remind ourselves the children of Jacob. So Leah has Reuven, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda, and I put the same color because although it is the Shifchat Leah, the Zilpah is the concubine of Leah, it is considered Leah's sons. Okay, so Reuven, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda, Gad, Asher, Issachar, Zvulun, and then Leah had also Dinah that is mentioned only because of certain occasion. And Bilhah, Dan, and Naphtali, and Rachel had with Bilhah, Dan, and Naphtali, and Yosef. Now, Yosef and Binyamin, Yosef had Ephraim and Menashe. And I want to go back to the question, why are Ephraim and Menashe listed together with all their uncles, actually? So look at Genesis 48, and with this we will end our class today. I will read it. And Jacob said unto Joseph, it's in the chapter where Jacob blesses all his children, but begins with his favorite. Favorite, of course, it's Joseph, okay? And Jacob said unto Joseph, God Almighty appeared unto me at Luz in the land of Canaan and blessed me and said unto me, behold, I will make thee fruitful and multiply thee, and I will make of thee a company of peoples, and will give this land to thy seed after thee for an everlasting possessions. And now thy 2 sons, who were born unto thee in the land of Egypt before I came unto thee into Egypt, are mine. Ephraim and Manasseh, even as Reuven and Shimon shall be mine. Okay, this is the source of this. Oh, we still didn't finish. Okay, we can. We will continue next time. Of course we didn't read all the section about the Levim. Okay, so we will have it for next time.
Thank you.
תודה רבה.
Thank you. תודה רבה, ושבת שלום לכולם.
Thank you very much. Good to see you all.
Yeah, good to see you. Shabbat shalom. Bye bye.
So,